Well, good. Well, happy Monday, Mindset Monday, right? So my question for you today is, what is your protocol? What's your protocol? How will you serve your clients? So I was at an outlet mall this weekend, and it's an outlet mall, right? I like outlet malls. Don't get me wrong, but we're not talking about like first edition, new release stuff. Like, it's an outlet mall, right? And we were there, and I was blown away. There were lines just to get into stores. Lines, like take a number, lines.
Hey man, if the line's this long, it's gotta be good.
So not only are you waiting in these lines, but once you got in there, at a 5,000 square foot place, it seemed like there were 10 people in there shopping. Not many, right? But shockingly, the experience wasn't any better. Like, I was expecting that I was going to walk in and somebody's going to be there, and what can I get you? Let me get you to where you need to be. What size do you need? Because obviously we need to make sure that the frustration that we were all feeling waiting in line was transitioned into an incredible experience, great service. And then, oh, by the way, that's great for the retailer as well, because that helps them get them out of there and gets other clients in, right? None of that happened. I got to tell you, there was one time I was walking up to a store and I was met with a masked man with his hand out like that, just saying, "Halt! Stop!" Right? We're closed for 1 hour. He goes, "Come back in an hour. We're doing a cleaning of the store." Like, y'all, it's an outlet mall. I can assure you, I am not going to be here in 1 hour, right? But the experience was really not good. And it just got me thinking about your business, our business, right? Things have changed. COVID has changed some things, and we've got to make sure that we're transitioning with it, so that we're providing incredible service, exceptional experiences for our buyers and our sellers. So I wrote some things down here, and here's what I'd love. I'd love for this to be a little bit more of a participation sport today, right? I'm going to give you some ideas that I came up with, but let's in the comments, let's share some ideas that you have in ways that we can develop the perfect COVID protocol for buyers and sellers, right? So here's what I'm thinking. If I'm a buyer during COVID, like, what do we want the experience to be? Like, what do buyers looking for during this particular time? So we have COVID, we've got shortage of inventory. Like, things are a little bit different and crazy, right? So what are the pain points? I wrote down here, it's a competitive market, right? So I want to see more properties, but because of COVID, that also makes it challenging. What about making sure that they see more properties from home, or maybe from the couch in your office? You follow what I'm talking about, right? How can you turn a buyer's experience into something that feels more comfortable, that can happen faster? Because the pain that I'm feeling as a buyer, right? Competitive market, multiple offers. I'm afraid I'm going to miss out, but I might also be afraid of getting sick. I might be afraid of getting somebody else sick. So these are all these pieces. Well, if I eliminated some of that by helping them see all of the properties that are available from the comfort of their couch and whittle down which ones that actually make sense, that would be good, right? That would be beneficial. How about special write-ups, new listings? Think about this for a second, right? So right now, if you've got a buyer set up in your portal on your CBIQ, then every 5 minutes, they can be alerted to anything that's new. Did you know that? Every 5 minutes, they can see all of the new properties. Now, you can set it up to only send them to them once a day, once a week, once a month, but technically, they can be set up so they are the absolute first person. Now, as a buyer, if you told me, "Hey, listen, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I'm going to set you up so that you're going to be the very first person to see any new listings," now that would give me some comfort. That would be a pain point, a fear point, if you will, that you might be able to solve for me. Our wants and needs page, exclusive look, which is what Teresa was just talking about. Great ones, right? How about differentiating my offer? It's a competitive market, right? Competitive markets mean that there are competitive bidding situations. So how do I differentiate my offer? Well, some of the basics are pre-approvals, right? Bigger earnest money, special escalation clauses. But here's the thing, you have to have this stuff. This has got to be part of your protocol, right? Like Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I understand what's going on in the market. I'm a real estate professional. I'm distinctive, not average. Okay. I have specific COVID protocols in place, and this is how we get you the best opportunity to be accepted and differentiate your offer. We increase our earnest money to blah, blah. We have pre-approvals to the lender, and I've already got pre-written escalation language in there in the event that we're in a competitive bidding situation. How about health risk associated with seeing properties? Do you have a health COVID protocol to keep your clients healthy? I can remember when, I'll call it in the good old days, right? In the good old days, we'd get a buyer in our car, we'd have it scheduled, you'd spend 2 or 3 hours, you had waters and, you had your snacks and that kind of stuff. Well, things have changed, right? But can't we still have goodie bags? I mean, today we're going in separate cars. We're trying to do social distancing, that kind of stuff. But couldn't you put together a goodie bag for your showings that said, hey, listen, here's here's a mask, here's some hand sanitizer, here's some prepackaged snacks. By the way, you can do that at Costco or Sam's Club, right? Prepackaged snacks. And hey, what about helping them make sure that your website is bookmarked on their phone or iPad, so that when they're in front of the house, they can just simply hit the nearby search and they could literally see all the photos right there, right? I mean, talk about really changing the way you are creating experiences for your buyers. Think about the retailers I was just talking about. They've got to do things that are different so that their clients have a better experience. So what you're trying to do is create these experiences, these exceptional experiences for your buyers. You can talk about contracts or contact-less contracts, which is on your iPad, on your phone, e-signature. Again, all things that your MLS and your CBIQ are offering to make sure that this is simple, easy, and safe. But also part of the goodie bag might be a printed copy of a purchase and sale agreement so that they can review it from the comfort of their car, et cetera. And I'm going to jump into, but again, like participation sport. Give us some comments. Like, what are some different ways that you think, or different things that we should be adding to our COVID protocol to make sure that we have the absolute best experience and we're serving our buyers the best? So I'm going to rip through the seller ones. Marketing in a digital world, that's different, right? And your marketing packages all address all of those things, not to mention the fact that that your Coldwell Banker is the number one most searched brand website of all of them. I can't even remember. The next one is a country mile away. But 3D tours and Matterports and all of those kinds of things. Your marketing plan transparency, again, making sure that your client, your seller, understands what it is that you're doing in this incredibly competitive marketplace where like multiple offers are kind of normal right now. They want to know that you have exposed property to the most number of people. Well, within CBIQ, you have a listing marketing action plan that literally tells your client, hey, this one's not started yet, this one is in process, this one's been completed. It gives examples and all of those things. What's your protocol? How are you checking some boxes for your sellers now, right? Pre-qualifying buyers. If I'm a seller, maybe I'm afraid that somebody's going to bring COVID into my house, right? Maybe I don't want people just traipsing through my property willy-nilly. So what is your COVID protocol? How are you pre-qualifying? Are you getting a pre-qual letter from the buyer's agent? Maybe you should. If you're in a resort market and you're dealing with a luxury, are you doing some research using Wealth Engine as part of qualifying who the potential buyer is? These are all pieces to your protocol. How about showings? I heard a great one the other day. Get certified. Did you know that there are home safe certifications out there that help you to be certified in showing homes in a safe way during this COVID environment? There are. Imagine that. to be a home safe certified real estate agent, providing expectations in advance to buyer's agents, asking the buyer, hey, has your client seen the photos? Has your client reviewed the 3D tour to make sure that this in fact is the right home and has made the final cut, if you will. Those are really great ways. And then of course, making sure that the home is the star of the show, right? Making sure that they are the star of the show, showing the property in the best light. For those of you that don't attend showings, maybe you should, right? Maybe you should start showing them together, and maybe having a QR code to the 3D tour, or a cleaning protocol that you say, hey, listen, we're going to wipe down all the light switches, or I'm going to take you through, please don't touch anything, all those kinds of things. Some other ideas were single day inspections. So when you schedule your inspections and you've got roof and 5 different providers, schedule them all in one day along with the appraiser, right? So that the seller doesn't need to worry that people are coming in and out of the property, and then schedule a cleaner to come in afterwards and clean the property, specifically with disinfectant and that kind of thing. So those are some great ideas to serve your clients better. The last one, Shannon was talking the other day about oxytocin, and oxytocin is it's the happy stuff, right? It's the stuff that makes us feel warm and fuzzy and connected. And there are studies that show that oxytocin come as a result of face-to-face contact, right? And many times we can't have that right now. But if you've got a seller, maybe your seller is feeling that loneliness, and by at least doing Zoom calls instead of phone calls to update your clients, maybe schedule them as Zoom calls. So anyway, there's some ideas. Again, participation support. In the comments, list some ideas that you might have that we should be adding to our COVID protocols for both buyers and sellers. And of course, if you want ours, you can DM me protocol and we'll send you the PDF that we have of these. But when it comes right down to what we'll call the bottom line, the reality is that if we don't sort of keep up with the times, we're going to become extinct. Right? So there's always going to be a pressure for us to change and innovate. And I think we as an organization do an incredible job of that. But it was very, very interesting to me that the retailers didn't see this as an opportunity. They saw it, at least the perception that I had, was that they saw it as an obligation. This is horrible and pain. But the reality is that these are opportunities for you to solve problems. These are opportunities for you to be, famous, if you will, right? For being that guy or gal, that professional that solved the problems, that created an experience for your buyer and seller that was nothing short of exceptional. This is your opportunity to get your unfair share of the market because you solved more problems and you created better experiences. Listen, folks, your success, it's all your choice, right? You can choose to be average or you can choose to be distinctive. See what I did there? Have a good day.